In this video, we'll be discussing about linear equations in one variable, which is the third chapter given in our KSEB textbook. So before we start with our exercise, the first exercise, which is 3.1, let us first discuss the basics. Let us revise the basics of algebra. So I will start with introduction. So the first topic is constants. We should know what we mean by constants. The constants whose values are known and do not change are called constants. Any quantity, let it be in the form of rupees, that is amount, or it might be any number of objects. If you know the value and the value doesn't change, then those are called as constants. For example, if I say give me 10 rupees, so you know the value of 10 rupees, and this value of rupees 10 will not change. It will be fixed at 10 rupees. So this the number 10 is called as constant. Another example I can give as if I ask you to bring me 2 apples. So if I ask you to bring 2 apples, so you know the value of 2. So if you know this value, you can bring me 2 apples, and this value doesn't change with time. So the numbers are called as constants because the numbers do not change their values. So all the numbers, let it be 2, 4, 10, 100, any number. If the number has a fixed value, if a quantity has a fixed value, then those are called as constants. So the next topic is variables. The quantities whose value is unknown. If you do not know the value of some quantity or is not fixed, are called variables. If the value of some quantity is not fixed, then we call them as variables. These are generally denoted by a letter. So in algebra, we know that we use X, Y, Z alphabets. We start using in algebra. In arithmetic, we use just the numbers. In algebra, we start using the alphabets also. So these alphabets are called as variables. These variables are used to denote quantities whose values are unknown or they are not fixed. For example, if I consider a rectangle, so rectangle has 2 dimensions. We know that rectangle has 2 dimensions. One is length, another one is breadth or width. So we can denote this length as L by the letter L, and we can denote breadth or width as B. So this L and B, we do not know this value. If we know the length as 20 meter, then this 20 is a constant, but the letter L, the dimension L, is variable because it can change its value. We can increase its length, we can also decrease its breadth or increase its breadth. If we do not know the value of some quantity or the value is not fixed, it can change, then it is called as variable. Variable comes from the word, English word vary. Vary means to change. Vary means to change. We can change the value of that quantity, so we call them as variables. So this is simple. Constants are numbers. Constants are nothing but numbers, and variables are nothing but letters. This much we know. The next topic is term. We should know what we mean by term. The group of variable, its coefficient, and mathematical operation are together called as term. For example, here in the definition it is given that it is a group of variable and its coefficient. So if if I am talking about apples, so I can denote it as A. If I am talking about 2 apples, then I will have to write it as 2 apples, 2A. So this A is a variable, and 2 is its coefficient, coefficient. Coefficient means the number which gives company to the variable, which is written beside the variable, is known as coefficient. Its coefficient of that variable. And the mathematical operation. If I am getting 2 apples, if I am gaining 2 apples, then I can write it as plus 2A. If I am losing 2 apples, I can write it as minus 2A. So this plus or minus is nothing but mathematical operation which is happening on these apples. I am either getting 2 apples, or I am giving 2 apples, or I am losing 2 apples. So the symbols indicate either profit or loss. Plus is profit minus is loss. So the group of variable, here the variable is a, the coefficient is 2 and the mathematical symbol beside the number, this whole thing is called as a term. So the terms can be minus 5y, this is also one term. If we do not have any variable, then also it can be called as term. If I have only minus 3, then minus 3 is also a term, but it is a constant term. Constant term. Constant means just the number, because it doesn't have variable. Variable is missing here. So if there is no variable, then the term is called as constant term. This much we can remember. So term is nothing but group of variables, coefficient and the mathematical operation. A mathematical operation can be either addition, plus, subtraction, minus, multiplication, division. Any mathematical operation can be considered as considered to be a term. Variable, its coefficient and the mathematical operation grouped together are called as term. So this one is also easy. So the next topic is expression. What we mean by expression? Group of constants, variables with mathematical operations is called algebraic expression. Expression is a series of terms. For example, here I had written two terms, 2a minus 5y, these were two terms, and minus 3 was another term. If I write these terms one behind the other, 2a, after 2a I will write minus 5y, and after that I can join minus 3. So if I join these terms one behind the other, then what I obtain is known as expression. This whole thing is known as expression. Expression is a group of constants, variables with mathematical operations. Okay, expression is nothing but a series of terms. Series of terms means a sequence of terms. Plus 3y plus 2a. The variable can be different. It is not compulsory that all the variables should be y itself in the expression. The variables can differ. The mathematical operations can also differ. Minus 5y whole divided by 3. This is also a mathematical expression, algebraic expression. So expression is nothing but group of constants, variables, and mathematical operations. It is a series of terms, one behind the other. So expression also we have understood. Next one is equations. Equations. The definition of equation is algebraic equations are algebraic expressions with equality between them. So if I have one algebraic expression, for example 2x plus 5 is one algebraic expression. Expression means group, a series of terms. So 2x is a term, plus 5 is a term. So this is a series of terms. So this became one expression, expression number 1. If I have another expression, 2z minus 3, this is another algebraic expression. So this also has two terms in it. So if these two expressions are equal to one another, if there is equality between the expressions, then this whole thing is called as equation. Equation has two sides, LHS and RHS. LHS might have one or more expression, RHS might also have one or more expressions. So in between LHS and RHS there should be equality. Both the sides should be equal to one another. Then it is called as algebraic equation. If there is no equal to sign, then it will not be called as algebraic equation. Then it will be called as 2x plus 5 and 2z minus 3. These two expressions will be called as algebraic expressions, not equation. There are two algebraic expressions, but if I write equal to in between them, then these will become equal to one another, and the whole thing will be called as algebraic equation. Equation is nothing but expressions which are equated to one another, which have equality between them. Those are called as equations. So this is also simple. Next topic is degree of algebraic equation. The highest power of any variable, present in an equation is called the power of that equation. For example, if I have one equation 2x plus 3y square plus 3 is equal to 0. In this equation, we know that the highest power is the power of x is 1, the power of y is 2, the power of 3 is nothing but 0, because there is no variable here. Beside 3 there is no variable. If there is no variable, the power is 0. If there was x beside 3, then the power would have been 1. But 3 has no variable beside it, so it has power of 0. So which one is the highest power? 2 is the highest power. So 2 will be the degree of this whole equation. 2 will be the degree. Here the degree is equal to 2. Now if I have another equation, 3y square plus 7z minus 3x cube is equal to 5a raised to 5. Here the highest power is, here the power of y is 2, power of z is 1, power of x is 3, power of a is 5. The highest power is 5. Therefore the power of this whole equation will be, the degree will be equal to 5. The highest power is called as degree. If the highest power is 5, then the degree will also be 5. So degree is nothing but the highest power of any variable. It is not compulsory that the variable should be x itself. It is not compulsory that the variable should be a itself. Any variable is okay, but the highest power of the equation will be called as degree of that equation. So next topic is name of various equations based on degrees. So if I have one expression or one equation as 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. In this, what is the highest power? Highest power will be 0, because there is no variable. 2 also has no variable, so the power is 0. 3 also doesn't have any variable, so its power is also 0. 5 also doesn't have any variable, so its power is also 0. So the highest power is nothing but 0. If the highest power is equal to 0, then the degree will be 0. If the degree is 0, then this equation is called as constant equation, because all the terms are nothing but constants. So the equation is also constant. The whole value of this equation is constant. So that equation is called as constant equation. If the degree is 0, that equation will be called as constant equation. Next, if the degree is 1, for example, 2x minus 3 is equal to 8. If this was the equation, then the highest power is, here the power of x is 1, power of 3 is 0, power of 8 is also 0. The highest power is nothing but 1. So the degree is equal to 1. So this equation will be called as linear equation. They have named the equation as linear equation. If the degree is 1, then it is called as linear equation. Similarly, if the degree is 2, if we have equation as 3y square plus 5x minus 7 is equal to 58. So here the highest power is nothing but 2. So the degree is 2. If the degree is 2, that equation will be called as quadratic equation. If the degree is 3, then it will be called as cubic equation. If the degree is 4, it will be called as quartic equation. If the degree is 5, it will be called as quintic equation. All you have to do is learn these names. If the degree is 0, we call it constant equation. Degree is 1, it is called linear equation. Degree is 2, it is called quadratic equation. 3 means cubic equation. 4 quartic equation. 5 means quintic equation. So these are the various names of equations based on degree of the equation. We have to first find out the degree and then we have to name them. It is also simple. So in order to solve these equations, there are some points to remember. So the first point is always add or subtract only like terms. We can only add or subtract like terms. We have already learned about like terms in 7th class. So if I have 5 rupees plus 3 apples, can I add this? Can I add 5 rupees to 3 apples? No, because these are two different quantities. 5 is a constant quantity, I know its value, but 3a, I do not know its value. So I cannot add known and unknown terms together. These are two different quantities. I cannot add two different quantities together. So these are not like terms. These are called unlike terms. But if I have 5 plus 3, only 5 plus 3 if I have, then this is also known, this is also known. 5 is also constant, 3 is also constant. So if these are both the same quantities, then I can add them together. Another is 2a plus 3a, 2 apples plus 3 apples. So 2 apples means same quantity apples, 3 apples also is the same quantity, it is the number of apples. So if the quantities are same, then we can add them together or we can subtract them together. Those are called as like terms. So we can add pure numbers with pure numbers. Here constants, 5 was a constant, 5 was pure number, 3 was also a pure number. So we can add them together or subtract them together. We can also add variables with variables. Here a was variable, 3a was also variable term. This term was a variable term. So we can add variable terms with variable terms. We can never add or subtract pure numbers with coefficients of variables. Here this was a pure number and 3 was the coefficient of variable a. We cannot add or subtract these two. These are unlike terms, we cannot add them. So this much we have already learned in 7th class. Next one is, remember the BODMAS rule. BODMAS rule is nothing but the order of operations, the sequence of operations in which we can do the mathematical operations. B stands for brackets. You must know this, brackets. So first we have to solve, we have to open all the brackets. Then O means order. Order means the power. If the equation is 2 plus 3 square minus 5, if this was the equation given to us and we have to solve this, we cannot add first 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 will be 5. Then I will write 5 square minus 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. 0 square. 0 square is nothing but 0. So 0 is the value. I cannot solve it like this. Instead, what I have to do is, first I have to solve, I have to open the brackets first. Because there are no brackets in this equation, what I will do is, next one is order. So I will solve this order. Order means this power. So I have to solve this power first. So 3 square will be, first I have to solve these two. 3 square will be 9. So I have to write 9 here. Remaining everything I will copy as it is. So next order of operation is division. D means division. Division. M means multiplication. Multiplication means into. A means addition, plus. S means subtraction, minus. So this is the order of operations in which we have to solve. So the next order will be, after order it is division. Because I do not have division in this equation, I will skip it. Next is multiplication. There is no multiplication in this equation, we can skip that also. Next is addition. So first we have to add these two. 2 plus 9 is 11. So I have to write 11 here, and then I will copy as it is, minus 5. 11 minus 5 is nothing but 6. So 6 is the answer. 6 is the correct answer of this equation or this expression. So we have to always follow this BODMAS rule. You should remember that B is brackets. First we have to open brackets. Then we have to solve the order, means power. Next D for division. Next multiplication. Next addition. Lastly subtraction. This is the order of operation. This is the sequence in which we have to solve. Next point is, while opening brackets, always multiply the symbols first. While opening the brackets, always multiply the symbols first, then the numbers, and then the variables. If the problem was 2x into bracket 3x plus 5, if this was given like this, so first what I will have to do is, while opening the brackets, always multiply the symbols first. So here the symbol is plus, here also the symbol is nothing but plus. 3x has the symbol of plus. If there is no symbol given beside the number, we can write it as plus. So plus into plus, bracket means into, so plus into plus, plus into plus will be plus. Next is, we have to multiply numbers, then we have to multiply numbers. So 2 into 3, 2 into 3 is 6, so I can write 6. Next we have to, and then we have to multiply the variables. So x into x, we know that it will be x square. So we have to solve like this. So the next will be plus into plus will be plus. Next we have to multiply the numbers. 2 into 5 will be 10. X into, there is no variable here, so x into 1 will be x. There is only one x. we cannot write it as x square. So another example I will give you. If the expression was minus 2x into 3x minus 5. So let us solve this. So while solving, we have to first multiply the symbols. Here it is minus and here it is plus. So plus into minus will be minus. So I will write minus first. Minus into plus is minus. So I have written minus. Next I will multiply numbers. 2 into 3 is 6. I have to write 6 here. Next I have to multiply the variables. X into x is nothing but x square. So this 2x is not getting multiplied to only 3x. 2x is whole multiplied. It is multiplied with the whole term. So I have to multiply 2x with both these terms. So before multiplication of the terms, I have to multiply the symbols. So minus into minus. Minus into minus will be plus. So I will write plus. Then I have to multiply numbers with numbers. 2 into 5 is 10. So I will write 10. So x. Next I will have to multiply variables. Because there is no variable here, I will multiply x with nothing. X with nothing is x. X into no variable is x. So this is our solution. So like this we have to open the brackets. Always while opening the brackets, multiply the symbols first. We have to multiply symbols, then the numbers, and then the variables. First multiply the symbols, then the numbers, and then the variables. Okay. Next point is, while opening brackets, remember to distribute the outer symbols to all the terms within the bracket. If the bracket has 3 terms, 2x minus 3y minus 5, if these many terms were there and outside it was just minus 2y minus 2. So while while opening this bracket, you have to multiply minus with all the symbols. Minus into plus, minus into minus, and minus into lastly this minus. Minus into plus will be minus. So I have to write minus here. Minus into minus will be plus. I will write plus here. Minus into minus is plus. So I will have to write plus here. 2 to the 4. 4 into x, 4x. 2 3 the 6. So 6y. 2 5 the 10. So I will write 10. This is our solution. This is our simplification of the given expression. We are opening the brackets. So the next point is, always keep unknown terms in the LHS and known terms in the RHS. If the equation given is 2x plus 5 is equal to let us say 15. So here what are the unknown terms? Terms means group of variables, coefficients, and the mathematical symbol. So here there is nothing but plus. So this is the whole, this whole thing is a term. Plus 2x is one term, plus 5 is the second term, and here there is no symbol means it is plus. Plus 15 is the third term. Here no terms are plus 5 and plus 15. So we have to keep it in RHS. So we'll bring 2x, we'll keep 2x plus 2x in the LHS itself. We'll keep is equal to as it is. We'll keep plus 15 also as it is. Let me write here. Let me write below this equation itself. Here below this equal to, I will write equal to. So this one is RHS and this one is LHS, left hand side, and this one is RHS means right hand side. So we have to keep the known terms in RHS. So 15 is the known term. 15 is a known term and it is in RHS itself. So we will not move this. We will keep it as it is. Here in LHS we have to keep unknown term. So plus 2x is unknown term. So we will keep it as it is. Plus 5 is a known term, but this is in LHS. So we have to shift plus 5 to RHS. We have to shift it. While shifting any term from LHS to RHS, we have to change the symbols. We have to change the sign. Plus will be changed to, plus will convert to minus, and minus will convert to plus. Into will convert to division. Division will convert to multiplication. So like this we have to remember this. Plus will change into minus, into will change into division. So if we remember this much, we can solve this easily. Plus 5 will change into minus 5. So this equation became 2x is equal to 15 minus 5. 15 minus 5, we can solve this. These are like terms. 15 is a known term. 5 is also a known term. It is also a constant. So both the quantities are same. So if we have same quantities, we can add or subtract. 15 minus 5 is nothing but 10. So the equation will become 2x is equal to 10. So the next thing will be 2x is equal to 10. In this we will identify the terms now. So 2 is a term, x is a variable, 10 is also a term, it is a constant term. So constant terms you have to keep in, known terms you have to keep in RHS. We know the value of 2, we know the value of 10, so we have to keep these two in RHS. So below is equal to sign I will put is equal to sign, known terms I will write as it is, unknown terms in the LHS as it is, but we have to shift this 2 to RHS because known terms have to be in RHS. So 2 is getting multiplied with x. We have to see this operation here. We will not see this plus symbol because 2 is not getting added, 2 is not getting plused with x, 2 is getting multiplied with x. What is the relationship between 2 and x? 2 and x are getting multiplied. So if the relationship was multiplication, then it will get converted to division. So I will have to write divided by 2. 2 will get turned into divided by 2. Multiplied by 2 will get converted into divided by 2. So we can solve this as 2 1s are 2, 2, 5 is a 10. So the value of x will be 5. So all we have to do is remember that unknown terms should be in LHS and known terms should be in RHS. If the question given is like this, phi is equal to x plus 2. In this, at the start itself, the unknown terms are given in RHS, and the known terms are given in LHS, which is wrong. LHS should have unknown terms, RHS should have known terms. So what we'll do is we'll shift the whole RHS. We'll shift this whole RHS to LHS. X plus 2 I will write. I will shift this whole left hand side to right hand side. I will write it as plus. If we shift the whole RHS and the whole LHS, then we should not change the symbols. We are not required to change the symbols. We can write them as it is. So the equation has become x plus 2 is equal to 5. So x is equal to 5. X is unknown term. This should be in LHS as it is. I have written. 5 is known term. It should be written in RHS. So I have written it as it is. But plus 2 is a known term. We know the value of plus 2. But it has been written in LHS. So I have to shift it to RHS. While shifting, plus 2 will become minus 2. So the equation became x is equal to 5 minus 2. X is equal to 5 minus 2 is nothing but 3. So we obtained the value of x as 3. Next point to remember is change only one symbol at a time while transposing terms from LHS to RHS or from RHS to LHS. Whenever we shift any term from LHS to RHS, if we shift a term, then this process of shifting is called as transposing. Trans posing. This process of moving the terms from LHS to RHS or RHS to LHS, this process is called transposing. This movement is called transposing. So while transposing the terms, we have to change only one symbol at a time. We can change only one symbol at a time. So for example, if the equation given was minus 3x is equal to 18, if this was our minus 18, if this was the equation given, we have to solve for x. We have to find the value of x. Then x is unknown term. It should be in LHS. So I will keep it as it is because it is already in LHS. Below equal to sign I will keep equal to sign. Minus 18 is a known term. So known term should be in RHS. It is already in RHS. I will not change it. But minus 3 is extra here. Minus 3, I know the value of minus 3. So minus 3 I have to shift it to RHS. So instead of keeping it in LHS, I have to shift it to RHS. So while shifting, here the symbol is minus and there is another symbol. With x it is getting multiplied. So there is another symbol of multiplication. So I cannot change both the symbols. I cannot change both these symbols. I cannot write it as divided by 3, divided by plus 3. I cannot write it like this. So all I can change is the relationship, whichever symbol, whichever mathematical operation minus 3, this number 3 is having with x. 3 is getting multiplied with x. What is the relationship between 3 and x? It is getting multiplied. So this symbol is important. This symbol we have to change. So multiplication will become division, but this symbol minus sign will remain as it is. It will remain minus itself. So the equation has become x is equal to minus 18 was given, minus 3 was given. What I have to do is, I have to just move this minus 3. I have to move this minus 3 to RHS. Instead of while moving it, I will not change this symbol of minus, because minus is not important. 3 is not getting minus with x, it is getting multiplied with x. So multiplication will turn into division. So it will come from numerator to, it will go to denominator. So it will become minus 18 divided by minus 3. So minus 18 will become minus 18 divided by minus 3. So we can solve this as minus divided by minus is nothing but plus 18 by 3. We can solve it as 3 1s are 3, 3 6s are 18. So it will become x is equal to plus 6. So like this we have to change. We cannot change it as it will not become minus 3 as plus 3. We cannot change multiplication into division, and also subtraction into addition. We cannot change two symbols at a time. Two symbols cannot be changed at a time. We can change only one symbol at a time. This much we have to remember. So if you remember this much, we can start solving the exercise now. So in next video we will be solving this exercise 3.1. we will solve in the next video. I hope you understood. Bye.